Hi, I'm Tallulah Talons, and today I'm taking a request from someone who watched last week. They wanted to see a video on how I do my crazy overdrawn glitter lips for shows. So this is what I look like on a typical day. I don't wear a lot of makeup. When I do my show makeup, I like to go big. I go theatrical. I kind of go a little bit clown, and you're gonna see that today as I put on my lipstick. Today I'm gonna be doing it with this beautiful pink color, and I chose this because very recently I was in the People Eating and Crying photo project, and the lipstick color that I chose for that got a lot of attention, so I'm gonna use that today. It is really pretty. I like to do hot pink if I don't do red for shows. The actual shade is called Femme Future Pink. This is Revlon. This is just like a very cheap lip crayon. It's also Revlon Color Stay. It's fuchsia. And then this is the same exact red glitter that I use, even if I use like a red lip. And this is that, I don't know how to say it. Is it NYX? Is it NYX? Well, I use it. It's cheap. I'm not particularly brand loyal. I will use anything that is on sale that will work on my lips. Same thing with any makeup that I wear. The very first show I ever did, I took a bag of $120 worth of nice fancy makeup and somebody stole it. And not a performer either, somebody from the audience. And I've learned my lesson, and I will never take anything fancy again. If I have fancy makeup, I put it on at home, and anything that comes with me is cheap, cheap, cheap. So the first thing I like to do is I like to line my lips, and I don't go anywhere near where nature is. I like to line my lips and look like a blow-up doll, or a clown, or just a cartoon character. I kind of started lining bigger and bigger and bigger. I think it was the third time I met Dita on Teese. I was at her app launch party and got to be like really up close for a really long time. And close up, you realize just like how overdrawn her lips really are and how perfect it is. And I was really obsessed for a little bit after that with trying to figure out how she did it, because she still looks kind of natural. She doesn't really look like a Trixie blow-up doll when she does it, but it just really highlights her mouth and just ties everything together, and it's beautiful. So this is what I came up with as I've tried to perfect it myself, and hopefully you agree that it looks as good, although different, as good as Dita on Teese, my idol. So I always start on the top, and also I have a lot of asymmetry to my mouth anyway. Part of what I'm doing is I'm trying to draw some symmetry back on, because when you're on stage, no one knows what I really look like. I can draw a whole new face on if I want to. And I look insane as I start, but it will look better. I also like to fill in. Because I get such cheap products, I can be really liberal with it. So what I end up with is just like this giant lip, like I had collagen implants, and it's like so luscious. Oh, and I also make sure to go to the corners. I read a book by Bobby Brown when I was like 14, and it's just something that stuck with me, that she's like, you have to make it go all the way to the corners, so it's something I just consciously do. Now when I do the bottom lip, I'm gonna go way underneath. It's kind of like this shape, and then I will tweak it. Now, I have a lot of asymmetry in my face, and now I'll start to look at it from angles. And just because the tooth and bone structure underneath is crooked, I may have to tweak, because what will look straight head on starts to look a little wonky as I turn my head. And when I'm on stage, I'm a 360 degree, three-dimensional performer. So not everyone's gonna be looking at me straight ahead. So finally, when I feel like I have the lines where I want it, I'm going to put my top coat. Now, different performers say use different things. This is a matte. If you use a matte lipstick, you have to, or like a long wear that dries very crispy, you have to be really quick and have your glitter ready for this stage, because this is gonna dry fast, and what you have is a little window where after you put this on, it's still wet enough to act as glue to put your glitter on. So you're gonna see me go really quick. I'm going to put the lipstick on, and then I'm gonna immediately start patting to get the glitter on. And when I do the glitter, it's gonna be hard for me to talk. So to explain what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be with a dry finger, because people say they like lick their finger and stuff. I don't need to, it still sticks to my finger. With a dry finger, I'm gonna be patting it everywhere except the absolute edge of my lip. And the reason I avoid the absolute edge is that then it will start to like overspill, and it looks a little dirty because it'll end up on my skin. But if I put it all inside the lip, it's gonna overspill anyway and probably migrate to the edges. But it keeps it looking very neat. And I think the part that makes it look the most three-dimensional anyway is the center of all of them. So not right by where your mucosa is, and not right by your skin, the vermilion border, but the part right in the middle, the fleshy part of your lip, or the fleshy part of where you've drawn on your lip. If that sparkles, it's gonna make your lips look very like luscious and big on stage. Here we go. I do rub it in a little bit too. I don't see a lot of people do that, but it helps it to stick and stay with more of a in more of an even layer. So I do have a little bit of overspill. I try to like flick it away with fingers I did not actually use to apply in the first place, otherwise I'll rub more on. But it's pretty good, and I feel like I have a nice sparkly lip. And it's gonna show up pretty well from stage. Again, I used red glitter, but it's still gonna work fine with this hot pink, because it's really more of a dark pink anyway. It's not blood red. Those little sparkles are more of a magenta anyway. And so with this method, it's definitely going to make it through an entire show, especially since I used a matte lipstick. Some people swear by using a creamy lipstick, it stays stickier longer and will help with the glitter, but it's also easier to eat it off and drink it off. For the whole show, I'm going to just use a straw to drink. I will not eat. And then usually after I have a show, one of my favorite things to do is to go get a big bowl of this greasy ramen noodles. And if I go with a lip like this, it'll probably stay about 75% on the part right by like my tongue and the inner part of my mouth. That it's probably gonna rub off a little bit, and I might look a little bit crazy by the time I'm done with that bowl. And if a couple like noodles drip on my lips, it might have a little smear. It's usually about 2 a.m. at that point, and I don't give a shit. But it won't be picture perfect. This is not going to last quite as much as my other method for doing this, which I do when I do my Sea Monster act, is I will use a long wear lipstick. And in that like really, really brief window, so with no lip liner, just with the wand, I will draw on my crazy lips and then as it's drying, that tiny little window, I will get my glitter and I will furiously put it on. I'll keep my mouth open for like the 30 seconds or whatever that takes to cure. And then when that gets hard, it's not coming off unless I use like heavy duty makeup remover. So I could eat a steak through that. I could, you know, dripping french fries and gravy and anything, and it's not gonna move. I've done it before. I am very partial to Revlon because it works and because it's cheap, and their Outlast product is great for that. So I have their Outlast in like Ruby, I think. I don't know what the color name is, but I will put a link to it. But I have their longwear in a very bright red, and I wear it, and it does not move. And if I didn't take it off the night before and I woke up the next day, it would still be on my mouth. But I always take my makeup off, because leaving your makeup on is bad